Hey guys, Magic Man here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a game in the premium Tier 7 German battleship, the Scharnhorst. And I'm in a division with a couple of my fleet mates here. These guys are fairly good, and we're actually going up a division of guys from another fleet, the Fog fleet, and they are in 3 destroyers, and 2 of them are very dangerous Grimyoski class. Is basically a Gnemini class destroyer, but it has longer range torpedoes, and they're very dangerous ships. There's a reason that Wargaming hasn't ever put the Grimmy back on sale again. It's because it's a destroyer that really overperforms any of its counterparts at tier 6 or 5, in my opinion. If I could, I would actually purchase that ship. But I can't, because Wargaming won't put it on sale again. I missed out the first time, and that's my bad. But anyways, this German battleship, the caliber of the guns is 11 inches, which is kind of small for a battleship. And since this is a standard battle, I'm going to be kind of hanging back at first. This ship does have a 19.9 kilometer range, and I am in no hurry to push into anything and die, so I'm just gonna kind of hang out till I see what's going on. And there's an enemy Königsberg, and I take a pretty big lead here, probably a little bit too much, but he was, you know, had he not turned away, that probably would have clipped the front of his ship. Might have got a Citadel hitting that front magazine, but we'll never know. And I bring in my lead a little bit more with this guy, and I think it's gonna pay off. Should get a fairly damaging shot there, and yeah, there we go. We get a Citadel, and as you can see, the shots from this ship at that range are incredibly dispersed. There's not a whole lot of them landing in a concentrated area. The dispersion of this ship is pretty bad, and those shells go all over the place. I was really hoping for a Citadel there, didn't get one, and this Cleveland is about to bite the dust. Get 2 shots on him, does a little bit of damage, not a whole lot. That's about par for the course for this particular caliber gun. Now I'm trying to take this Königsberg out of the fight. These ships are actually kind of dangerous HE spammers, and that's when I see all these ships over to my right side. I didn't think they were really going to be that much of a pain for me. But there are those 3 destroyers over there. All 3 of them spam HE. They can start fires. It'll be a really sad day for me. And we only get 1 penetration on that Ashigara. And I had lost enough of my health at that point where it was a good idea to use my repair party. And that's exactly what I did. I'm gaining some of my health back that I lost, and I'm trying to turn around and get away from these Grimyoskis because I have 2 of them stealth firing at me right now. As you can see, the shells are coming in from 2 destroyers, but I can't see either one of them, and it's very annoying. Very annoying. The only thing you can really do when they start stealth firing you is to turn away and kite them away, because typically they have to get within a range where you can spot them for them to continue to hit you while you're running away. And we're taking a shot here. Kind of led him just a little bit too much. That's unfortunate. I overestimated how fast he was going. That's when we spot a Nicholas. Those destroyers are pretty dangerous for me. Not so much because of their torpedoes, but because of the ability that they have to start fires and just chip away at my health a little bit at a time. I was gonna see if I could knock this cruiser out of the game, and shot looks pretty good from, and they just sail right over him. He apparently turned in, and he was probably also sailing towards me a little bit before when I shot, and I just didn't notice. Just trying to spam some shots over there, see if I can land anything, but I think they all miss. Yep, and sure enough, and somebody else kills them. This is one thing I like to do when I'm in a battleship, is kind of stay in the middle of the map, because as you can see my range, I can reach almost any part of the map. And that did say that my shots were going to hit the mountain, but it was kind of lying to me a little bit. And we only get two penetrating shots for about 2,000 some damage. And those shots are actually going to hit the mountain. So I'm going to switch fire from him. I thought about shooting at this cruiser. I was like, nah, but then when he started turning in, that's when I was really, oh boy, got a chance to do some damage here. And unfortunately we only get one over penetration. This is what I was saying about the dispersion of this ship. It's kind of bad. Right now, I should be pushing, well, not pushing, but at least closing the distance on some of these ships, but the only reason I wasn't was because these guys in these destroyers, this fog fleet guys, every time I felt like I was going to push in, that's when all of them started getting spotted, and I won't last very long if they all focus me. So I'm just trying to stay within about 10 to 15 kilometers, everybody, and just spread the shots around. And it was really unfortunate on that last shot that I took at this destroyer that the dispersion was just so bad. And we're gonna miss all those shots too, unfortunately. Just trying to get some shots off as he disappeared there, but I don't think any of them are gonna hit. Now this Königsberg, even though he is a slightly angled target, he unfortunately does not have enough armor to tank these 11-inch shells, and he's going to take quite a bit of damage. Got a fair amount of damage there, and I was thinking about shooting at that destroyer, but this cruiser is going to be a much easier shot to land damage on, and if I can take him out of the game, that'd be a pretty good deal. So I am actually closing the distance on the enemy now. I'm pushing into their base. I'm going to make them turn around and come and fight me. And this was a pretty bad shot because this guy slowed down and turned pretty darn fast. And this is where it starts getting a little bit ridiculous, because we start taking a lot of HE spam from all of these ships, and I thought I was going to kill this guy right here. If I just had one more shell hit him, that'd have been the end of him. But unfortunately I got to give it up. I can't take all this HE spam from these destroyers for long, because I will get caught on fire. And we use the heal there because I finally lost enough health again where it was worth it to use it. And I am in fire on 2 different places. I'm thinking about using the repair party to put it out, but I don't want to do it just yet. And that's when that destroyer gets taken out. And as you can see, my health is just disappearing. I'm taking a lot of spam from the destroyers. And these German ships actually take quite a bit of damage if you hit their superstructure, even from HE from destroyers. So I want to get out of this situation. Ideally, I would want to be one-on-one with a battleship, But their two battleships are all the way over in the southeastern part of the map, and I don't want to take myself that far out of the battle. I feel like you're kind of being a little useless that far away, because once you kill whatever you're shooting at, it's everything else is so far away you can't really hit it reliably with your dispersion. And that's when the Hatsuharu pops up right in front of my face, and I really wanted to shoot.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Unfortunately I couldn't, and luckily for me he had already pre-fired his torpedoes at that Dunkirk, because I was really worried about torpedoes coming in. Now he is spamming out of that smoke screen with HE, and I thought, and unfortunately for me, that shot is definitely going to miss us straight into a mountain. So far this game I've taken some pretty bad shots, and most of them were snapshots like that one. Didn't really get a good chance to assess the situation before I shot it. And I was going to take a shot at this Geneisa now, but that's when I saw the destroyer pop up in front of me on the mini-map, so I turned my attention to him. He dies before I get my guns on target, and this Grimyovsky, I'm just kind of spreading the fire around a little bit. I didn't know which way he was going to commit to, and we missed every single one of those shots. And finally, these destroyers are kind of getting to the point where they're not going to be alive for much longer, because they were really bothersome to me a couple of times in this game. So we take out the destroyer. First kill of the game, those incoming torpedoes. I don't know if those are from the Hatsuharu or the Grimyovsky. It's kind of hard to tell. But the only ship left in the game now is this Fuso. Those two battleships on the southeast side of the map really were being completely useless to the enemy team, and I have a feeling that's why they kind of lost this match. Now I actually get a huge lag spike here, which was really bad. And I thought my game was actually going to crash, but it didn't. And I've actually swapped over to HE here. This gun caliber on this ship is so low that I wouldn't be able to penetrate this Fuso reliably. And I overestimate how fast he's traveling. But that's quite alright. He really doesn't stand a chance against all of us, and I'm just trying to get in last little bit of damage here before the game's over. And I thought that fire was mine at first, but it appears that somebody else got him with that. So at this point, the Fuso is close enough where I can do some good penetration damage to him, so I switch over to HE, or not HE, but armor piercing. And that last salvo, we actually get a fire set on him, so that's good. It's going to get some damage ticking that way because he already put out the last fire. And he's just going to continue to sell broadside onto me, so I will take that. And that was a pretty good dispersion. Do about 6,000 damage. Moving on to the results page here. Didn't really do a whole lot of damage, only did 56,000, got one citadel and sunk 2 ships, but we did tank a lot of damage. I got the Fireproof award, which means I think I burned for a certain percentage of my health in fire. And we end up being 3rd on the team with 1,100 base experience, which seems about right. Tried to stay in the middle of the map and spread my damage around. And as you can see there, did about 10,000, 20,000 points of damage to the targets that I really focused on, which is really what you got to do in this ship. You got to look for the broadside if you can't shoot HE, and end up making about 78,000 credits that game. But if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.